What is going on, everybody? It is your observant lineman, Uche Waneri. Appreciate you guys coming in here for this Snyder Cut charity auction live stream. We're going to talk about some of the items that we are going to be having that are going to be exclusively available during our Snyder Cut Eve stream on March 17th with Zack Snyder. Now, here with me is another person who has been completely or hugely instrumental in this whole thing coming together and us being able to get this project, just in order to get online. Another one of my big time Snyder Cut fans, Snyderverse fans, Ryan Kennel from RK Outpost. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Yeah, it's shockingly not everyone associated with Geeks and Gamers believes the same thing Jeremy does. We are all massive fucking Snyder Cut fans, massive DCEU fans, and yeah, dude, it's been kind of. I wouldn't say it's been tough, but I've really wanted to get this out here ever since we really started the conversations. So the fact that it's out there, it's public, everyone knows what's going down with the big charity stream. It's going to be an absolute blast.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And and just to kind of get people up to speed who are coming in here into the stream. Once again, thanks for coming in. Make sure you smash that like button. But this was something that came together, rather in a rather unique way. I've been, and Ryan as well. We've been big time Snyder Cut fans for the longest. I mean, we've had me and this cat have gone to war against many a people who, threw shade at Zack Snyder's DCEU, and we are vocal about our support for that, and the community for Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut is vocal about their and very passionate about the support they have for Zack Snyder. So. Just to kind of give a real quick background on how this whole thing really came about. It could have been, you could say that it might have been an accident, because I've always kept up with all of the.
It's definitely a typo.
Yeah, it was definitely a typo. But I've kept up with all of the events that have gone on with the DCEU, with Zack Snyder and his Snyder Cut. Since the very beginning. I mean, I've watched most all the live streams he's been on, and I know that he obviously has a huge mission in his life right now in promoting awareness for suicide prevention, mainly obviously because of the tragedy that happened with him and how that can devastate a family and affect a family for a very long time. And as as an athlete, I can, and not even just as an athlete, as a human being, I can relate to that, because we all have been, know of or know someone who falls into that category of being someone who lost their life to suicide. So, it's funny. I've always admired that he's been on that mission for such a long time, but also as a huge fan of his, I really try to go to bat for the things that he's representing with this Snyder Cut, the vision that he's representing. And for me, I got on Twitter one day, and this was in the lead up to the weeks or the week or 10 days or so prior to the official trailer for the Snyder Cut dropping. And we saw the teasers that came, with the 3-day, I guess it was like 3 days or so, the 3-day countdown, when they're having these multiple different teasers that were 18 seconds long. And, everybody's going wild on the internet. I'm going wild, I'm like replaying 18-second teasers like 50 times in a row, just watching them and getting hyped. And then I started thinking to myself, as, I'm scrolling through Twitterverse, I'm starting to think to myself, and I'm sure everybody's who's a Snyder Cut fan has thought this thought, but now to see what he was actually doing, and to kind of let it soak in, I just started to think to myself, who the fuck thought this was a bad idea? Who thought this was a bad idea. And then, I mean, of course, we
I think it was
all
after
know
the
the story.
Darkseid reveal, right? It was after the
Yeah, the
Darkseid
Darkseid reveal. When the Darkseid reveal hit. So I'm just like, whoever thought this was a bad idea is a piece of shit. And of course, in thinking that I knew who the people were, who the usual suspects are for a lot that has gone on with the Snyder Cut. And I sent out a tweet of a certain somebody. I misspelled his name, and I let it rip because I didn't give a shit. I was so hyped up from watching the teasers. I was like, fuck this motherfucker. Like, excuse my French, but I was like, fuck him. Jeff Johns. Yeah, I said his name. But that was the tweet I sent out. And that tweet, like, picked up traction, like, instantly. I mean, you know how it is in Twitterverse. You say, you call somebody out and you're going to get some spotlight for that. So, I check back, throughout the course of the day, and this tweet has picked up tons of leverage. And I actually got reached out to by Retweet Snyder Cut, RT Snyder Cut. Those guys hit me up, and they were like, hey, we're gonna, we're gonna show this to Zach. We're sure that he's gonna have he's gonna get a good giggle out of it. And from there, I basically was like, well, hey, if you're able to show it to him, tell him I'd love to say hi. And these guys got me in touch with him. Me and Zach connected, talked to him, and kind of just laid out where I would love to do some work with them on, fundraising for suicide awareness, because, for me as an athlete, players in the NFL, players who have played in football, that sport has a serious issue with suicide. There have been a lot of players, high profile players, Hall of Fame players in the NFL who have taken their lives, and just the kind of mental, issues that a lot of football players begin to have as their life moves forward after they're done playing. A lot of those issues have caused a lot of people to take their lives. So I really do have a personal investment in raising awareness for suicide prevention, because I've been down that road. I've been in that position in my own life when I retired from football, where I was in a very dark place for a number of years. And, I didn't really understand why, but at the same time, I mean, there was a void there that I was trying to find a way to fill, find a way to like make me feel normal again. And, it was a very hard time. It was a hard time for me. It was a hard time for my family. Like, my wife knew. She told me to my face, you're seriously dealing with problems right now, like PTSD, depression. Like, she saw it all happening as I'm like just kind of trying to like be a football player and not talk about it, and just be very like stoic about it. But people who know you, they can tell when things start changing. So there's I have experiences, I have a life experience that draws me closer to that kind of cause. And I have former teammates who are no longer here, who took their lives, who overdosed, and that's something that touches every person in a very deep way. So I kind of let him know that that was where I was coming from and wanting to work with him. And I put my fanboyism to the side for a little bit and just talked to him on that level, and he was very humble, very understanding, and very excited to do work. So from there, I set up with Ryan, I set up with Lethal, and we got together and started talking about and brainstorming what it is that we want, how we want to approach this. We set up a time to meet with Zach. We met with Zach, and he loved that we were really going all in on this. We were really going head first into it, not just because we're Snyder fans, more so because we believe in his cause. Like, he is, in everything that he's been through in the last 5 years, he has stayed the course. He's been humble. He's been appreciative of his fans. He has done everything he can to show good face and to bring awareness to suicide prevention. And the crazy thing about it is, I don't think there's a fandom in the fandom verse that has done what the Snyder Cut fandom has done, and raising over $500,000 for suicide prevention. I mean, that is unbelievable. That is something to truly hold high as an accomplishment, because that takes a community lifting up one person and his tragedy and taking that pain and making it their own and helping and bringing awareness to it. So, you know, it's not just, I think that this stream for me is kind of a celebration for the entire community. And I think that, you know, it's kind of that one last, or that one last kind of moment that we can all share the eve before the Snyder Cut drops on March 18th on HBO Max. And yes, I know there's some news on that end, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But Ryan, what do you think on like how all this came together? I mean, I know I pretty much covered stuff, but
yeah.
I mean,
so
how did you feel when we were getting into this?
Oh, it was awesome. You know, when that tweet blew up and you had mentioned, hey, I might be getting in contact with Zach, I think all of us got our like hopes pretty high. Like, you know, that'd be awesome, because obviously, you know, it's something Zach does. He reaches out to his fans. His fans reach out to him. He reaches out to the fans and goes on. Like, he's been on channels that have 30 subscribers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to like do cool stuff and do cool things. And with the connections that Uche has, with the platform that Geeks and Gamers has, and a lot of us have, we just really saw an opportunity to maybe do something bigger than it's ever been done in one single chunk for AFSP before. And what we have going down this stream, it is going to be absolutely massive. And it's all about us united. And that is more than just about a movie. That is more than just about a man. That is about an entire fandom in the Snyder Cut fandom, and what it's been about. It's about getting Zach's vision realized. It's about everything that he went through, and it, of course, is also for Autumn. So all of these things together, that's what this is all about. And it's going to be an immensely positive thing, regardless of the very few people that didn't want this to happen. And talking to Zach, he's just a dude. He is a cool dude who you could talk to for hours and hours on end about anything. And I'm looking forward to working with him to help raise all of this money.
Yeah, no, and you know, Ryan's totally right. Like, Zach is literally like, he's a dude. He's a good guy. Just a dude, regular guy. He doesn't doesn't place himself above anybody. He doesn't talk down to anybody. He just, you know, I mean, you guys have seen him on streams. This is like having like an older brother. Like, he's just got that kind of vibe of just a person who you can talk to and just kind of shoot the shit with. And, you know, I mean, I had my first conversation with him on the phone was like almost an hour long, and half of it we were talking about football. Like, after I got through, introducing and talking about working with him, it then went to, you know, oh, my son played at UCLA, which I didn't know his son played at UCLA. His son was actually, like, you know, his son was a D1 college athlete, like, you know, that, which is dope. That's dope, you know. So he, you know, he has, you know, a love for football too, just like most people in America do. But really, just, it was easy to talk to him. Didn't really feel like I was, you know, walking on eggshells, trying to like not like, I guess, insult them without knowing it. You know, sometimes you're around people who are famous and you might just, you know, say something or you might, you know, be blunt with them and they take it as being kind of rude. I mean, you know, pretentious people like that. But Zach had none of that. He was just, me and him literally were, you know, we were literally talking shit. Like, we were cussing back and forth, just talking, having a good time, you know, just talking about, you know, regular stuff. So it was really, really great to actually meet him, which I mean, look, it still feels like a dream to me. It still feels like a dream because when this cat, he reached out on Vero, and we connected on Vero, and then I gave him my phone number. He gave me a call like the next morning, and I was literally like shaking while I was talking to him on the phone. My phone's like shaking away. I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's up? Like, I was like a fanboy. I was starstruck because this is one of the people who I respect. I highly respect this dude as a filmmaker and as a person. And I mean, for me, he put my heroes, my DC heroes that I've been fans of my entire life on the big screen in the right way, in the most epic DC Comics kind of way that I felt like could have been done. And I mean that had an effect on me. I was like, I was always a big fan because of Watchmen and because of Dawn of the Dead, but this was like, oh, now I am like, he did Man of Steel. This is my guy. Like all the way.
It's just
through.
stuff. It was stuff I cared about. You know what I mean?
Stuff I cared about.
Like not like 300. I thought was just dope as hell. I love 300. Watchmen. I liked Watchmen, but it's not like those are my favorite comic. It's not like that's my favorite graphic novel of all time. You know what I mean? But the DC characters, those are my favorite characters. So to see this take on those characters, I was all down for it. I loved what I was seeing, and we all know the story about what happened. Guys, we see in the chat. Listen, we know that the Snyder Cut got put up on HBO Max. We are aware that it got that way. It was taken down. There's rumors that it might have been intentional, which I think we all understand.
Jeff Johns
was intentional. I don't
know
if it's Jeff Johns, but there are a lot of people at Warner Brothers and in the Warner Media arena that want to sabotage this film, that want to destroy all hype, that want to find some way to make it a failure. So we understand that. It's down now. From my understanding, all the Twitter accounts have been suspended and stuff that were sharing the leaks out there. At the end of the day, nothing is going to stop us from being hyped and excited for this. I do not recommend that people stay off social media or whatever, because you know what? We're needed on social media. Like we are the ones who are spreading and hyping and promoting the Snyder Cut. They want you to go into hiding. They want you to run away from social media. That is what those people want, because they know that this is the hype engine that drives the train. So, I mean,
it's crazy if you think about it, and it's from a strategic perspective. If they leak it and then you start seeing spoilers, people are going to get off of the internet. The Snyder Cut fandom and community is going to get off the internet, and the promotion fervor will just begin to simmer down. Because the crazy thing is, like, Zach is doing the promoting from, officially, he's the only one doing the promoting, him and HBO Max. And HBO Max is basically just retweeting whatever he puts out there. But really, the promotion for this movie is coming from the fans. And the fans are so on top of this shit that it's trending every time he drops something. It starts trending, which is, that's tomatoes in some people's faces over at WB. I mean, I think it's fair to say that. Like, a lot of people in that building, I'll say, because I know it to be true, the people, it's kind of 50-50. But the 50% that does not want this to be successful is the 50% that really, really matters. Like, these are the people who make the decisions. They don't want this to be successful because it puts a big black eye on Warner Brothers' face. It shows how utterly incompetent they were in managing the DCEU and not allowing a director to complete his vision, and not allowing a director to actually bring his story full circle. And because they did that, and they thought that it would be over and done with, because they went after a guy who was dealing with a family tragedy, they thought that they could stomp that out and it would be over and done with. But that's not. They didn't count on a community of fans to band together so tightly the way that the Snyder Cut community did. I mean, the billboards, the people were flying planes over Warner Brothers studios, saying release the Snyder Cut. The release the Snyder Cut hashtag itself is like pop culture now. It's pop culture. Any director who's got a director's cut out there, it's going to be release whoever's cut. Release.
I saw that like immediately, like Birds of Prey. Remember what I mean? Like when that happened, it's like, oh, the studio interference. That just become the meme at this point. Remember when Ryan Reynolds like just mentioned the Snyder Cut at that con, and the crowd just went absolutely insane when he was describing Deadpool 2.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, and how many how many people made videos about now they think that Ryan Reynolds is going to be in the Snyder Cut because he mentioned it. Like there was so much in our pop culture that is now, there are so many things in pop culture that come and go, but there are certain things that stick around for a while, and this is one of those things that's definitely going to stick around for a while.
Lethal's here, Uche.
Yeah, I see him. Let me pop him in here real quick. Let's see how.
I want to see what happens to the screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm wondering what's gonna happen to this screen.
I mean, I know. I'm gonna go up here. Lethal's gonna go down here.
I just accepted him. Oh, there he is. Hold on. I'm gonna have to do some adjusting here.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. He's pulling some wizardry. He's doing OBS wizardry because
this is legit OBS wizardry.
He's got this fancy ass. Oh, now we're moving too. I see we're moving now. But he's got his fancy ass setup. Instead of just using Streamlabs like a normal person like we do, he had to pull out the big guns and do all his fancy Streamlabs OBS magic. But it gets a little rough when other people join.
Looks like it's working well right now, don't it? Oh, shit. Never mind.
No, it doesn't.
Hold on. I'll get that. We'll get that.
I'm going to have a look. Let's have a look.
Look at you making me short and fat. What are you doing?
I'm
easy there, Cletus.
Screen. Well.
Oh, shit. Whoops.
StreamYards, bro.
Yeah.
Shut your mouths, both of you.
Anyway, Lethal, are you excited for the charity stream?
Very, 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 very excited. Very, very excited. I can't believe that it's at 8.9K already, just short of $9,000 already with like over a week to go. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Uche, if you just move it back up there to the top and then just control and pull the thing down to cut off the 3 at the top, it'd probably look pretty good. That'll just rotate between us talking,
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what button I should use for that.
I think it's control. It's either control or alt. I don't remember which one, but yeah, I know.
I just came over from
Attack on Titan, man.
Yeah, I was on there for an hour. Great episode.
Eddie D says, I'm fanboying like a motherfucker. Over what? There it is. I see it happening now. I'm like 30 seconds behind, so.
All right, so now we got that fixed. So I guess when y'all switch talking, it'll switch pictures. So, but where were we? I think we let's look at a couple super chats real quick. While we're sitting here, we got Roger Haynes for Canadian $1.99 with the thumbs up. Appreciate that, Roger Haynes. What up? And we got RC from NYC, $10 from RC from NYC. He is a member on my channel. What's up, RC? He says, what's up, Uche? What's up, Ryan? What's up, chat? Hope all are good. Thanks to everyone who pushed on for the Snyder Cut to come forth, and thanks to Zack Snyder for showing love to all of us fans. #UsUnited. And I I think Us United is definitely a big statement or a big symbol that you can take from this entire Snyder Cut saga. Just mainly because, I mean, even now we're seeing it now. They're trying to divide the fandom a little bit. They're trying to break things up. Things are a little hot right now because of this whole HBO Max situation. And, you know, as long as we stay united as a community and continue to just show our support, you know, retweet Zack, make sure we're using Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League, AFSP. As long as we're using those things and continuing to stay on course, you know, they can't stop it. They can't stop what's coming. It's coming. It's too late. It's gonna be an event. There's nothing that they can do about that. On the 18th, Snyder Cut's gonna drop. Whether they leaked it on purpose or on accident, it has
Look,
no
this shit
difference.
doesn't happen by accident.
It doesn't happen by accident.
An
We all
accident
kinda know
is
that.
putting the wrong description in. That's an accident.
Yeah.
But changing
Uploading a 4-hour movie
4-hour
instead of an
watch.
hour movie, that's completely different. That's
Yeah.
completely different.
Somebody watched a whole hour of it, evidently. That's how long
I
it was
mean,
up.
wouldn't you just feel like crap doing that though? Like, even if because I got HBO Max, obviously, if I would have clicked on, I mean, I would have never clicked on Tom and Jerry. I would have never clicked on that. But if I did, and it started showing the Snyder Cut, I would have turned my TV off.
I don't know, man. Listen, if it was me,
no,
I'd
because
watch
once you
that
sit
shit.
there
I
and
would
keep
watch that
watching
shit.
it, once you sit there and keep watching it, like,
I wouldn't share it. I wouldn't tell a damn.
yeah, but for
soul.
you, like the
I
excitement,
would watch
like
it,
that
though.
excitement of everybody kind of seeing it at the same time when it comes out on the 18th, it's completely gone. You already seen it.
Like in the same way. Hold on, listen. Like in the same way that we've got this cool thing that Zach tweeted out today on March 15th. It's gonna be, I think, 50 sets of tickets, so like 100 people each are gonna go watch it in IMAX on March 15th in San Francisco and New York. Like,
which was something we talked about, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like that too. You're only experienced that with a couple people. You don't quite have the same thing, but at the same time. You want to see it, man. If I could see it on the 15th in San Francisco, I'd be right there.
Oh, look, before the whole Snyder Cut worldwide thing, one of the big things on my mind was how the fuck am I going to watch this? Because HBO Max isn't available here. And there was a meme that was going around for months from BBS when he's holding the flamethrower to Martha Kent's head. He goes, "I'll do it." And the meme was, "I'll fucking pirate it. I'll do it. Release it over here.
I'll steal it."
Because, it's just to say, you know what I mean? It was like, well, a lot of us were thinking, how are we going to watch it?
Yeah. If it was me,
I kind of understand if it pops up and you click on it, I can understand someone watching.
If it was me and I clicked on HBO Max, it was there. I would watch it. I would watch it if it was there, but I would not tell a fucking soul. I would not tell a single person.
I don't know.
So who? I guess
I wouldn't put it on the internet. But I might ring up like a few friends and be like, "Dude, fucking Tom and Jerry, click Tom and fucking Jerry, man."
Watch Tom and Jerry on HBO Max right now.
But I wouldn't try to ruin it for anybody else.
No, that's trash.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, yeah, that's what they're doing. I mean, if you put it out there on the internet, you just really kind of like open the Pandora's box. It's gonna get ugly. And I mean, we remember when they were talking about Endgame spoilers when Endgame came out. People were going crazy over that. Like people were literally fighting each other to not have any spoilers. The directors are putting out tweets. Everybody's putting out tweets. Don't spoil
what was it called? Don't spoil the Endgame.
Yeah. Exactly. We got another super chat here. Mikey Gussler, $10. He says, "I remember I tweeted at you, Uche, suggesting that Snyder should get on a live stream with you, and you retweeted me and asked Snyder to come on a live stream for AFSP. Now look where we are. Hail Zack Snyder." And I think hail Zack Snyder is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
That's something I've been saying ever since we've gone public with this. It was only a few years ago. I was like one of those people, just like everyone else, just in Warner Brothers fucking mentions, release the Snyder Cut, fuck Elmo, all that type of shit. And then like what, 2 weeks later, it's like Zack Snyder's joining your Zoom call. You're like, oh, you don't say.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was literally like a dream. I mean, I don't get starstruck like often at all. I mean, and I've met a lot of like stars, but I don't really get starstruck. But when it comes to this kind of thing, because it's my childhood, like he brought my childhood to life for me. I mean, yeah, we have the Nolan movies. We had all of the Batman movies pre-Nolan. I wasn't born when Donner's Superman films came out, so those always seemed like cheesy and weak to me. And then Superman Returns was garbage. And
that's harsh.
It was stale. It was the stalest of stale to me. There was no action. There was none.
I have a soft spot for that movie, but
that's
because my dad took me
much.
to see it.
Oh, your dad? Okay,
I agree.
I agree. There you go. They tried to do too much Donner for me in that, but then let me tell you, first time I like, this is the crazy thing about Zack Snyder's his style as a director is there of maybe 5 movie experiences that I literally will never forget in my life. 3 of them were Zack Snyder movies.
Mm-hmm.
One was Saving Private Ryan. One was Batman Begins. I guess Batman Begins. Yeah, Batman Begins, because that was the first, like, that was seeing Batman actually done in a way that made a lot of sense to me as a Batman fan. The Dark Knight, that's a different category. And then 300. Where was I? I did 1, 2. How many am I done now? 3? 300, Watchmen, and Man of Steel.
Yep.
Dude, Man of Steel. I swore, like, I didn't really know if I was gonna go watch it on opening day when it came out. I was in Jacksonville. I was playing for the Jaguars, and I literally was sitting in my house, and one of the beat reporters for the Jaguars shot me a text message and said that his buddy, who's a film critic, is getting an early screening to go see Man of Steel, and he wants to know if you want to come. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll come check it. It's free. Shoot, hell yeah, I'll go. So I went to the movie theater, and I mean, I'm telling you, dude, that when I got there, the movie theater was packed. It was all like press / friends of press, family, whatever. Theater was packed. And I mean, that was an amazing experience for me. I remember sitting in my seat in the theater during the Smallville fight between Superman and the Kryptonians.
Yep.
And I mean, I literally was clenching my core, my ab, like clenching my abs together when he was like, when they were fighting, and I was just like, this is what Superman's supposed to be like. Like, people were cheering. People were cheering. Kids were yelling. Like, people were loving that movie. Like, I didn't realize that there was like that lukewarm reception for it, because I wasn't like checking online to see what any Rotten Tomato scores were. I didn't give a damn about that. I went and watched the movie, and every single person that when this cat destroyed the World Engine, the entire theater started screaming and clapping. The entire theater, everybody. I was like gritting my teeth when he was doing it. I was like,
yeah, that's one of my favorite Superman.
To me, that's like the greatest
time,
single scene in comic book movies is Superman destroying the World Engine.
The way he looks at it and just keeps pushing, like you can just tell, like this hurts, this fucking hurts.
All of the stakes that were around that moment, like literally, Metropolis was on the line. Like,
the world was on the line.
The world was on the line, and he had this machine putting, I mean, God knows how much force of gravity and G-forces was slamming down on top of him, because he had to fight to lift his arm up, like to actually resist the gravitational push that was coming down on top of his head. And dude, when that moment, and then the growl that he let out when he was getting, when he was picking up speed, to go through the world engine. I mean, dude, I literally wanted to cry and wanted to fucking jump up and scream like a little girl at the same time. Like, that's how powerful that moment was. And the movie, like the movie for me, that's the movie played out in that same fashion. You know, from set piece to set piece, people can have their opinions about the nitpicks that they take from the movie, sure, but to say that movie is not like ridiculously underrated is a travesty. That's, to me,
I think every time people watch it, every time people watch it, I always hear people say like it grew on them or it got even better or whatever.
It's one of those movies that gets better every single time you watch it.
Yeah, it really is.
It's one of the movies
the scene that struck me in Man of Steel was the way he screams after snapping Zod's neck.
Yes.
Like, you felt that. You were like,
have you seen like the behind the scene footage of that?
Yep. And everyone, like all the set people and shit, just looking at him and like, whoa.
Yeah, because it's like it's in this cathedral. It is just this like devastating, mournful like outburst, and it just like it literally gave everyone their chills, which is it's cool because that is a man. That's what I think people don't understand. They think it was done like haphazardly. I can't believe he had Superman killed. Like, that is Superman desperately not wanting to do that, desperately wanting to do anything but that. This is the last living member, as far as he knows, of his people, and he is making the choice to sacrifice that, to kill him, to save the people of Earth. It's an impossible choice that he didn't want to make.
Yeah, he chose humanity over. You know, his home, his own species, because you know that humanity is what made him what he is. Like his humanity, having human parents who taught him, you know, their values, their way of life. Like, that's what he knows. He is, you know, even though he's an alien, he's still a human. He
says that to Zod before he crashes the ship. Zod
goes, if you stop this ship,
yeah, he goes, if you stop this ship, that's it, we're on. And he's like, Krypton had its chance.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude, 100%. And
Uche, I've only got about 5 more minutes or so, and then I got to bounce.
All right, let's
shown the stuff yet?
I have not, but I'm about to do that right now. So,
you're in for a treat.
So, I am going to let me do this real quick. So we're doing an auction, as you all know, that's going to be live along with the stream. It's going to start on the 17th, and it will end on the 20th, I believe, which oddly enough is my birthday. But you know, Zach got some pretty amazing things that he is going to be sharing, that he's going to be bringing in the auction. We have some things as well that we're putting into the auction. And I gave a little sneak peek on Twitter. For those of you who have not seen that, there is, let me pull it up here.
Well, while Uche's getting it all up, me and Ryan have seen it.
Yeah. We did tweet one of those things out. Yeah, I wonder how much it's going to go for. It's going to be more than I'm going to be able to do, that's for sure. But it is awesome. It is absolutely phenomenal. We got a couple things in the works. Not only the things that Zach gave us, I'm working on some stuff too. We're going to get some custom signs that we'll probably reveal to you guys on a different stream. I think we're going to do a stream on Geeks and Gamers to kind of hype this thing and amp it up at some point this week, if we can all get a time together for us 3 to go live. I think that would be a really good idea.
This is one of those things where I might ring up my dad and be like, hey, how about birthdays and Christmases in advance for the next 3 years, motherfucker? and then he'll tell me to go fuck myself and hang up.
Yeah, this is insane.
It's pretty good shit, man. It's the one that Uche tweeted. That's my personal favorite one.
Yeah, mine too.
That's the one. That one I think is one's going to go for the most money.
That's the one. Yeah. And
That
of
is
course,
beautiful.
of course, all this is going straight to AFSP. So I see I see the Streamlabs on the screen.
Huh? Whoa. Oh, you see
You know,
it?
if this was StreamYards, you'd be having it up like that.
Dude, this shit is crazy. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but that piece I think might be worth quite a bit of money, man. Quite a bit of fucking money.
What do you think of Junkie XL score? It sounds phenomenal. It
really
sounds
does.
like just so powerful and moving. There's not a second of Junkie XL score that I've heard that I didn't love. And I can't wait to see the whole thing played out.
Was it around maybe around November when he was tweeting out like little tiny snippets and you'd listen to it and you're like, it's only 15 seconds of the track, but you're like, ooh, I'm feeling this.
Yeah.
Nice little sample.
Okay, there we go. That's what I want. Boom. All right.
So Ryan, how are you feeling about StreamYards?
Hey, you guys shut up over there.
I think that's probably more the level which we should probably be dealing with here. That's what I'll say. This ain't no like John Campea show or like whatever. He's got the different C's, Tim Pool, different C's, Crowder. They don't got any of that going on here.
Together here.
This is Uche being like on another screen Googling tutorial how set up screen share Streamlabs.
Yeah, right. All right. I think I got it here. All right. Let's take a look. Here is one of the auction items.
Transition.
What? We're still in transition. What?
Not
That was
anymore.
cool. That was cool.
But here's one of the actual items that will be up for auction during the stream. This is a custom made Smallville Spartans Letterman jacket, straight off the Man of Steel set, provided directly to us by Zack Snyder. So this is going to be something.
That's what I want, because that's from the bullies that were bullying Clark.
Those were from the bullies that bullied Clark.
I'm a bully, so that's what I want
in the movie. So this is going to be up for auction, and we're going to have the auction information. We're going to put the link up, the day of the stream. But this is one of the big pieces, I think. And if I go back here, this is the This is the Justice League team photo. And let me try and zoom in on that.
That is the one that I will give up my left nut for. That's the one I want right there.
Now, there's something special about this one, and this is the one and it's the reason I think everybody obviously is going to want a piece of it, is this has the signatures of all of the cast members on the team and Zack Snyder here. So you got Zack Snyder right here. You got Ray Fisher right there. You got Ezra Miller right here. You got Gal Gadot right there. Henry Cavill right there. Ben Affleck right there. Jason Momoa right there. So you have, and these are big pieces. This is not like, 10 by 10 or anything like that. These are big,
it's one of those like 11 by 17s. Or
yeah,
this
is this is a hella big piece of artwork that's gonna be on auction on the 17th as well with the charity stream. So we have
Ben
some more.
Affleck signature is dope.
It's he didn't even write it in cursive.
The Ben Affleck
literally
one?
in print. He printed it.
It looks nice though.
Yeah, I mean, I like the B.
I like how he connects the B and the A.
Yeah. The B and the A is cool.
But you know how it is. How many times you practice your signature?
Dude.
Like try to do different stuff when you were playing.
It got to a point where I just had a big ass U and a big ass N and scribble and then wrote my number 77.
That's what I mean. So I respect Ben Affleck's right there.
He wrote out
You
his
know?
whole name. That's
Yeah.
big ups
That's
on that.
hey those hey autograph hunters. I'm an autograph hunter. You get the full name like that. Whoo, that's special. So
Yeah, so that is this is, and there's a few more things, and Zach says he's gonna have a couple of surprises as well. So I'm sure that before we get to the stream, there might be one or two more big surprises. I know I made a big request. I know I made a big request. And if you listening, Zach,
Uche may as well have asked for the goddamn Batmobile, to be honest with you.
Basically, that probably would have been more feasible than what he actually asked for.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be cool. We've got these two things, a couple more. I see people asking, how do I win this? These will be going up. We'll keep you guys posted. They're going to be going up on eBay right around the same day as the stream. We'll probably let it run a day or two past the stream, don't you think, Uche? While the Snyder Cuts,
it'll be running a few days past it.
Yeah, so you'll have a couple days to do it. And obviously, whoever, it's just like eBay, whoever ends up at the top ends up the winner.
And here is one more artwork piece that is of Ezra Miller's Flash in his hideout. And as you can see here, there is Bruce Wayne. And there is, again, Ben Affleck's signature. And this is, I believe this is Ezra Miller here. And then, well, Zach's, I think his, well, maybe he didn't sign this one. But we got Ezra and we got Ben Affleck. You can see the Flash outfit here. This is the whole layout for the Flash's hideout. And, you know, as we all know, we've seen that scene in the Abomination from 2017, redone. We will not mention its name on this stream, but we got some pretty cool stuff. We got some pretty cool stuff that we're going to be using for the auction. So please make sure you keep up to date with what we're doing. Smash that notification bell. Smash the like button so that you're notified as we put out more information for the auctions. Now, going on from that, I think definitely we should talk a little bit about this entire, kind of go into this entire little situation with HBO Max.
Oh, fucking hell.
And, you know, their accidental, quote unquote, leaking. I mean, we're not going to, obviously, I don't want to like speculate and say that it was Jeff Johns, although
No,
it could have been.
I think so.
I don't think
it could have been.
There's other people that it could have been, but I don't think it was Jeff.
You don't think
with
Jeff
a G,
got the keys?
Uche, with a G. I've seen every time you tweet out his name.
I'll never spell his name right. That's on purpose. That's the joke. That is the joke. Is that I'm calling you Jeff with a J. And he follows me too. Jeff Johns follows me on Twitter. Like, he follows me. I thought that was hilarious. Maybe he thought I was like giving him a shout out. I said, hey, Jeff Johns, eat shit. I guess maybe he thought I was giving him a shout out, but
to be honest, that's probably one of the nicest things that people say about him nowadays. So, at least it wasn't like you're a racist or you let people touch people on set. So that's kind of one of the nicer things.
He's like, yeah, I'll eat shit. Sure.
Yeah. But I do, before we get in this, I do got to get going, Uche. I got a couple things to take care of.
All right, my brother. All right.
Thanks for having me on, dude. This is going to be fucking lit. This is going to be incredible. I don't know if the link to the stream's in your description, Uche. I imagine it is, but
I think we got the mods. Hey, mods, put that link. Please put that link to the charity stream in the description so people can find it, so they can go and donate. We really would appreciate if you haven't done so already to go over there, donate what you can. You know, there's no minimum amount to what you can put up, but you know, donate and whoa, what the hell? No,
I just put the link in the chat there. So
okay, cool.
My Nerdy Hum says mod me. But
oh, she's not modded. I'll mod her.
no. This may be her new channel. Maybe she's not mod on her new channel. But I do got to go in. Have a good one, guys.
Hey man, we
the
appreciate
Snyder Cut's
you,
coming. Don't worry about any of this stuff online. Everyone's blowing it. A lot of people are going to start, oh, I saw the Snyder Cut. It was not very good. You can see the blue check marks coming out saying that shit. It's all part of the plan. Just stay hyped, stay engaged, stay motivated, because this thing's almost here. Us united, and nothing is going to stop the Snyder Cut. See you guys.
All right, take care.
All right, Ryan. Lethal, what up?
What up? I've been here for like 20 minutes.
Let me go through some of these super chats real quick. I'm behind on that, but sorry. RC from NYC for $5. He says Zack Snyder has experienced a demand for his cut in the past. To me, his director's cut of The Watchmen was a true homage to the graphic novel. The graphic novel the Watchmen director's cut is literally frame for frame, literally the same as the graphic novel, the movie.
I really like his Watchmen. I totally understand why he changed the ending, because I think if
the
he
ending
did
was kind of fucking ridiculous.
The comic book ending would have just looked really weird in a movie. Like it still has the same point. It still has the same point of
it has the same end game in uniting the world against a common threat, but in the graphic novel, spoiler alert, it's a big ass alien that comes and destroys the fucking New York and shit. Like,
it just would have looked weird in the movie.
That
like, it could take just imagine like the whole Watchmen movie. Okay, everything happens the same, and you get to the end, and it's just this giant alien. You'd be a bit like, this just looks a bit weird. So I get why he made the change.
Yeah, it made sense. Nico Glock, $5. Lethal, my mate.
Mate, Nico Glock, what's up, sir? How you doing? Always good to hear from you, man.
And we got Thomas Gilkey here for $4.99. Appreciate that, Thomas. He says, was the leaks by Warner Bros. Or someone else? What's your thoughts on the situation involving Ray Fisher? Hail, hashtag Zack Snyder is a goat. As far as the movie being leaked for however long it was out there in the wild, honestly, I feel like those kind of things happen because usually it's somebody who's low on the totem pole who is put in charge
make a mistake.
Yeah, who's the one who has to turn the key on uploading stuff. Now, whether or not that person even knows what the Snyder Cut is, that could be something up for debate. But I guess and again, I don't want to get into like conspiracies about it, but if I was being cynical, I'd say somebody who maybe was a Marvel fan and was like, like trying to troll, not thinking anybody would notice because it's under Tom and Jerry. But that definitely put a little bit of tension into the moment, because now you have the threat of all this of any spoilers that may have been ripped from that stream of the movie being put out into the internet. And that's where if you're a person who's a fan of this movement and who's waited 5 years for this, and who's waited and been on social media, hashtagging. I mean, Fiona Shang. Fiona Shang is the release of Snyder Cut person. Like that's her. That's hers. Like she was one of the ones who started that. Like
she is the one.
She is the one who started it. Yes. Like, why would you? You're now putting something that she's worked for 5 years and building this community at risk because they want to have their moment of kind of throwing a monkey wrench into everybody's expectations and everybody's hopes to and everybody's anticipation to see the movie. To me, that's stuff that selfish people do. That's stuff that people who really have too much time on their hands and really don't respect the kind of work that other people do in their daily lives to have these kind of things happen. I mean, nobody's paying these people to nobody's paying anybody to release a Snyder Cut. Like, this isn't like a 9-to-5 job. This is a passion.
Exactly.
This is a passion. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
You put your heart into that. And if you put your heart into something and somebody goes and just steps all over it, you know, how would you feel? You know what I mean? Like, so that's where, for me, you know, the people at HBO Max have to know that, I mean, you can't screw this up. This is their golden calf. This is their golden calf. This is everything HBO Max is literally hinging on, because Wonder Woman 84 struck out. Wonder Woman 84, I mean, it improved their user base, but not nearly as much as they thought it would or they expected it would, because they expected a better received movie. Who was part of writing Wonder Woman 1984?
Jeff Johns.
Jeff fucking Johns.
I'm a bit more blunt on this one. I do not buy that this was an accident. I don't fucking.
Yeah, I don't buy that it was an accident. I just, without trying to accuse with really having no details to back it up, I'm saying, how do y'all let it happen? If you're the person who is in charge of
above me,
there's
a countdown above me.
Oh, okay. Do this, because I'm not on that damn premium version or whatever the hell they got on this. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hit end, then just hop right back in.
Okay. Will I still be here?
I mean, yeah. Well, I'm gonna end the Zoom, and then you come back on the Zoom link.
Yep.
All right. We'll get Lethal back here in a second. Let me restart that up. Whoa. You know, I didn't really think it would be this difficult, guys, when I was setting up this OBS Streamlabs, but tell you what, it is a tad bit cumbersome. Let me get this back. Let me get him back in here. Apparently there's like a time limit on Zoom. I mean, when did they get all bougie after they got all that pub when the pandemic started? Okay. All right. So we'll get Lethal back in here. But yeah, as I was saying, really, it was I just feel like Warner or HBO Max needs to, I mean, they have to have a better explanation as to why they didn't actually make sure they didn't secure their product before they uploaded it online. I mean, it made no sense to me that you would do something that just literally put in jeopardy a movie premiere that you guys literally, your streaming service is hinging. A lot of your streaming service is hinging on this movie. It's hinging on this.
Well, just look how much things have leaked around this movie. Like trailers have leaked, teasers have leaked, images leaked. Zack Snyder dropped the actual trailer for the movie early because it was already leaking.
Yeah.
So there's just like too many things have happened for this to be a coincidence. But even in isolation, this one thing, just in isolation, hypothetically, nothing else happened, just this one thing, I'd still call bullshit. This isn't an accident. An accident is they put the wrong thumbnail on. They put the wrong description in it. They said someone was in the movie when they're not. That's a fucking accident.
Yeah.
This uploading a 4-hour Tom and Jerry movie is not an accident.
Yeah, there is no 4-hour Tom and Jerry movie.
Release the 4-hour Tom and Jerry cut.
We got Mexican Iron Man here for $20 super chat. Mexican Iron Man, what's up, my brother? Appreciate it. He says, hail to the great Uche and great Lethal. Thank you both for carrying the torch. I've been on Team Snyder for over 2 years, and this is a great day for us all. I'm super excited and saving up for the fundraiser. Thanks, guys. You rock. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man. We appreciate it so much. Mexican Iron Man came onto a stream that I did after the official trailer came out. I did a stream here on my channel, just kind of breaking it down and just talking about it. And I actually had a couple of other people from the Snyder community. Manu is another guy from the Snyder community who's a great guy. So shout out to Manu. I know he might be watching this, but just want to show him some love because I had a great time with him on the stream. Let's take a look here. Let's see what else we got in the chat here. I'm just taking a look at the heartbeat here of the chat. Let's see.
Yeah, big ups to the chat. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody here in the chat. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure if you haven't already done so, jump on. There should be a link in the chat that will direct you towards the fundraiser stream. And there is a donate button there. We would very much be appreciative if you would go in there. If you have anything to donate, please donate. It's obviously for an amazing cause for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We definitely are trying to do as much as we can right now to get that donation amount as high as possible before the 17th. I kind of talked, and taking it a little bit lighter here, I kind of talked shit to Zach and was like, look, the number's going to be up there before we even get to the stream. The number's going to be high. We're thinking, if we can get that thing above 10, that would be above 10,000 in under 48 hours, well, in just over 48 hours now that the link has been live. We literally were at 8,000 within 6 hours of the link going live. Within 6 to 8 hours, I believe it was. We were you guys did an amazing job of just sending that thing to the moon. And I see somebody saying it's over 9,000. Let me check. Let's check. Let's check out where we're at.
They might just be doing the Dragon Ball Z meme.
Oh, that's a meme?
Yeah. Vegeta.
Oh, this is disappointing. This is disappointing. I'm going to show you guys. This is disappointing. Let's take a look at this right here. We got one downvote, one dislike on this stream. That is raising awareness for suicide prevention. I mean, it's one, but still, I feel a certain kind of way because we were at 1,100 likes with no dislikes. And today, or at least in the last hour, we have gotten one dislike. And I don't understand how you can dislike raising money for awareness for suicide prevention.
Look, there's some fucking weirdos out there, man. Some absolute fucking weirdos. Some people are pissed off because it's us.
I mean, who cares about if it's us?
Who cares? I know.
This is raising awareness for suicide prevention. This is a fundraiser. Like, what is the issue here? But
these people are fucking weird, man.
Yeah,
they don't care.
I wanted to mention it, but I don't want to harp on it because, they can keep their negativity to themselves. We're going to keep shit positive. We know that there are people who there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be haters.
Yeah.
Even in 1,100 likes, even in almost 1,200 likes, 1,194 likes, we got one hater. There's always going to be a hater. Always.
The positivity has just absolutely crushed the negativity. Like, it has stomped on it and absolutely smashed it.
Oh yeah, dude, unbelievable. I mean, we're 2 days in and we're already knocking on $10,000. In a matter, that's something that'll happen fairly soon here.
Look, to be honest with you, since this went live, I've had quite a few people because the option to donate directly to YouTube isn't available in every country, including Australia. And I've had quite a few people in Australia message me going, hey, is there like a direct link to do it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, here it is. But the money they're donating doesn't actually contribute to what it says on your stream, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it goes directly. So I do actually think it is past 10K.
It likely is then. It likely is. You know, I guess I didn't realize that, you know, YouTube's, you know, those YouTube donate features and kind of like the YouTube, like financial, like the financial system behind YouTube isn't necessarily the same around the world. Which, I mean, I guess that's...
But I'm pretty confident it's at 10K. Look, I've had a lot of people message me just with positive shit to say.
Yeah.
Just going, yeah, cool. Thanks for doing this, man. There's one guy who messaged me. I won't name him, but there's one guy who messaged me. He was like, I really do not like the shit Jeremy says, but you guys are fucking awesome for doing this. Like, thank you. Thank you. That's
and that's what it's all about, man. It's about looking past your own bias or perception of a person and look at what their actions are showing you in the moment. And what we're doing is we're not, you know, nobody's trying to, you know, nobody's trying, like, this is Zach could do a number of different things that would be far more headline grabbing on March 17th that don't include, you know, being on my stream. You know, that doesn't include being, you know, dealing with us. And he chose to do that. He chose instead to come on a live stream, raise money for suicide awareness, and, you know, talk Snyder Cut and Justice League with his fans. You know, like, how many times do we see where, you know, he could easily be, I mean, I guess with the pandemic it's a little different, but he could easily be, you know, doing media tours all around the country, all around the world, as they would do in a normal marketing campaign for a movie. And, you know, then they show up and do their premieres, and he could, that could easily be a path he could have taken, the path of least resistance, but he didn't.
Absolutely. He could have got on a Zoom call with the most mainstream people you could think of that reach millions of people. He's like, holy fucking shit.
Well, what?
Someone, and it's someone in your chat right now, just dropped $1,000 on the charity stream.
Oh, let's check it out. I wish I had like a button I could hit that would play that little reggae alarm. Okay,
whoever that was. Thank you.
Anonymous donated $1,000 to American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Thank you so much. That is so greatly appreciated. So completely generous. Like these are things that really, like I said, like this is a cause that transcends any personal perceptions you can have about any individual for any reason. This is about helping save lives. This is about giving people, you know, giving people relief from the things that can lead people down dark paths that can cause someone to take their own life. I mean, we've seen
I don't know what it's like over there, Uche, but here it's a fucking problem over here. Like
it's a problem here in the US as well, man. It is. I
have never known anyone for a long time that hasn't been affected by this personally. It's a serious issue here. Like, my first ever friend that I ever had in primary school, his name was Joshua Tapali. First ever friend I had. A few years ago, he did himself, and his mother walked in, him swinging, like, it was fucking bad. Like, and it sent a lot of people into a bit of a thing. You know, I would have been very early 20s when it happened. So still pretty young, pretty dumb. And I acted out.
Yeah.
Pretty badly.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking badly, to the point where when I do decide to go to America, they're gonna check me. They're gonna take me into that room and ask me questions. Because I was just a fucking mess. And everyone was. Everyone was like this, like Superman, Batman, it's all fiction. But this shit right here, this is fucking real. This is something real. And the fact that people are helping save lives. That's the more important thing at the end of the day. As much as I want to see the movie, as much as I'm excited to see the movie, I cannot fucking wait to see the movie. This movement is so much bigger than a comic book movie. It really is.
No, man, and thanks for talking about that, because no, this is real life. This has real world implications. Something that, as much as we love, the work that Zack Snyder's done, as much as we love the movies that he makes, he creates art. He's a creator. He creates art. These are things that come from his mind that are fictional stories, fictional characters. But he was, he himself was touched by real life, by real life, and the unexpected, shocks that can come with it. He's been through that. And, like you said, Lethal, you had, one of your closest friends who you've been through that. That affects you. You know what I mean? Like my mentor in the NFL, my mentor who taught me, his name was Vince Manuai. Vince Manuai, I have his funeral card right up there on top of my shelf. It sits in the front. That was my mentor. He taught me how to play professional football. And it's not easy for me to talk about, just because, I had so many conversations with him, and, with us athletes, we don't, the only time we open up about mentally what we're going through is when we talk with other athletes. So, I talked with this guy on the phone. He retired maybe 2 or 3 years before me. He was like 3 years ahead of me. He came into the league before I did, and he taught me as a young player in Jacksonville. He always looked out for me, always, welcomed me into his home with his family. This is a big Hawaiian guy. He got nothing but love in his heart for everybody he's around. And, after he retired, like he started having a steep, he literally had a steep decline. Mentally, he was battling depression, and, I remember the last time I talked to him was a week before he died. And, I told him I loved him, and I didn't, when real shit happens, like, I remember the moment when I found out that Vinny died, because I was laying on my couch in my house. I'm literally laying in like my man cave in the, I got Batman shit everywhere. I got all my comic book stuff everywhere. And I was asleep, and I literally, my phone was on the table and it was on vibrate. And I don't know what it was. I just woke up. Literally, I woke up just hearing the vibration from my phone. I woke up, and when I sat up, I just had like kind of a sinking feeling in my stomach. I was like, nobody calls me or texts me at this time. I just had a feeling like something. It wasn't good news that I was about to get. I flipped my phone over and unlocked it, and it was a picture of Vinny, already like deceased. Like the EMTs were working on him, and they said it was an accidental overdose, but I know that Vinny was, like, the last time I talked to him, he told me that he was hurting, that he was really hurting, like he was struggling with everything.
You don't think of it like that.
You know what I mean? And that was his way of kind of saying, you know, and I knew, and I just told him, like, look, man, I love you, man. Like, you've always been the happy motherfucker. I'm usually calling you complaining about stuff. Like, that you always got the advice from me. Like, don't feel like you don't have you don't have family. Like, he knew he had family here, but I think he was just in such a bad mental spot. Like, and they did the brain study on him, because I talked to his wife. Me and her had been in touch after he passed a lot, because she knew that I was like, that I meant a lot to him. And they did the brain study on him, and it took a year, because it takes a long time for them to go for them to actually go through the process of determining whether or not a brain has CTE. And
yeah,
they confirmed it. Like, they confirmed it a year later, 100%. He had full blown, like serious case of CTE. And he had a ton of alcohol in his system when he died. He had a ton of drugs in his system. I mean, it don't matter. I mean, it is what it is, like, and I mean, I don't know, man. I get a lot of feelings about it, because I love that dude. I loved him with all my heart. Like, so
I do have some good news though. We hit 10K while you were talking.
Woo. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me get back. Let me get my juice back up.
Me and Uche just depressing the chat a little bit. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Shit. Let's take a look, everybody. We at 10K. 10K. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, everybody. Amazing job. Really, I mean, this is the community coming together, and
this is us united.
You know what I mean? This is us united. This is very much us united. And I really do think, and we all, we all got a piece in this. So I thank everybody. You know what I mean? Because this is great stuff. We're at $10,000 donated. I'm sure Zach is hyped. Zach actually sent me a text message yesterday when it was at like 7.9 thousand. Yep. And he just sent me a text message, all caps, WTF.
What the fuck?
I was like, motherfucker, I told you what we was gonna do.
We ain't playing, Zach.
We ain't playing. We gonna ride for you.
Wake the fuck up, Zach.
You know what I mean? You living in a fucking dream world, man.
Fucking dream world. We're down the road on that one.
Yeah, we're way down the road.
Way down the road.
Way down the road.
But do you know what this means? This means that we have a bit over 9 days until the stream actually starts, and we're already 1/5 of the way to the goal.
Yeah. We set the goal at 50,000. We set that bar high, because we're trying to achieve that. And every donation counts. Every dollar counts. And this is about having his maximum impact on helping to save people's lives. So, definitely such a huge accomplishment to already have it at $10,000. That's amazing, and that's credit to every one of you guys here. So thank you very much. Thank you so much for taking time to donate. I mean, I think
this type of shit, like, not sorry to change topic a little bit, but this is the type of shit why I get fucking pissed off about this whole toxic fandom type shit. It does my fucking head in, because I'm looking at it. Like, I'm looking at the number right fucking there. So how can you tell me? How can you fucking tell me that this is a bad thing? How? I don't get it.
Again, man, and it all comes back to people's people are more concerned with their perception with the perception of things than the reality of things. You know, and I'm not even gonna, and I'm only giving this a small smidgen of my time to talk about it. But you know, I got into conversations with people online on Twitter in regards to how they felt about what we were doing when they didn't even know, like they weren't even right. They weren't even like,
yeah,
they weren't even talking about the same, like, I told them, I said, before y'all come on Twitter and decide you want to start throwing shade and labeling people and labeling groups as toxic, maybe you should know what you're talking about first. You only heard Zach mention Geeks and Gamers.
That was it. That was enough to fucking...
You only heard him mention that. Like, you didn't know what exactly was going on other than what he said. And, you know, and look, I don't care that he said it. I mean, I thought it was cool when I seen the video. I was like, that's cool. You know, he said he's gonna do a stream with Geeks and Gamers. Yeah, I'm part of Geeks and Gamers. Like, Geeks and Gamers is part of helping to put this thing on. It's on my channel. And the thing is, the crazy part is that the people who I've read all their tweets who were talking all this and that about somebody warned Zach, somebody warned Zach, somebody warned Zach.
Stupid, man.
Like, Zach is a little kid.
Exactly. Like, do they not realize who they're talking about? Like, they're talking about a man that was in charge of $1 million production movies. He's
$1 billion
he's
intellectual
fucking cluey.
properties.
He's pretty fucking cluey. Like, he has access to the internet.
Yeah, like, this guy is not
he's not dumb.
He's not a dummy, and he's tech savvy, and we had conversations with him before any of this stuff ever even came close to being talked about. We'd already had multiple conversations.
Exactly. He knew what was up.
Like, come on. Like, to me, people who do that kind of thing, like, you're clout chasing, for one, and you're trying to get some brownie points for two.
Well, but did you see the thing they were tweeting? Like, I showed it on my video, but that one guy that posted the thing, it was like Zack Snyder on Geeks and Gamers, and he posted a picture of Kermit the Frog hanging himself. It's like, it's the suicide prevention movement, and you're posting that. Like,
yeah.
Do you have no self-awareness? Like,
none.
Not even the smallest, tiniest bit. Just an ounce of self-awareness, and you'd see how fucked up that was. You know,
that is. I mean, that's the world we live in. It's about who can get the quickest, most clever tweet out, so that they can get the most get the fastest responses and likes and retweets, and then they can have their moment in the sun. But you know, for those of us who've been there, done that, that's completely insignificant. You know, I don't think Zack Snyder is concerned about the perception people have about him coming on any particular channel when it comes to him raising awareness and having a fundraiser for a cause that literally directly affected him. You think he cares whether you care what channel he comes on? He don't care. He don't care. But at the same time, you know, we as a team recognize that, look, of course we could get 20,000 consistent viewers on Geeks and Gamers channel if we did it there. That would be nothing.
Oh, piece of piss, mate. Yeah.
Like Jeremy said, Uche is the one who made all the contact and got, you know, this is his thing. We're gonna do it on his channel. You know, which I was like, yeah, of course, yeah, definitely, we'll do it on my channel, because I mean, I would like that boost. No, but I reached out to Zach, and I made the proposal to him to work together to do a fundraiser. So yeah, we're gonna do it on my channel, and that's how it's been. So people heard Geeks and Gamers because, I mean, we all talked to Zach, so he knew he was dealing with guys who are with Geeks and Gamers. But that doesn't mean that he's doing the stream on Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah, he didn't even say he was doing it on the Geeks and Gamers channel. He just said
No,
he's
he
doing
didn't
it
even say
with
that.
Geeks and Gamers. But it's like it's a triggered word to these people, which is kind of funny in itself. I've always liked that, how you put those three words together and it's a trigger for them. So that's kind of cool. But it's like, well,
Yeah.
but what gets me about it is, how can you actually say you're part of the movement then if that's all it, if three fucking words is all it takes for you to send you
So
into
here's
a
my
spiral?
question: if Zach would have went on, if we would have been like, okay, you know what, let's do it on Geeks and Gamers channel.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna stop being Zack Snyder fans?
Some of these people, yeah, exactly.
If you are, then you wasn't never a Zack
yeah.
Snyder fan to begin with.
True.
You know, if you
Very
have
true.
a problem with him trying to, you know, connect with people who want to be a part of his movement, his cause, as far as suicide prevention goes, then if you got a problem with that, then you're not a fan. You're not a fan. You can't be, because look, I've he's done a number of streams with any different kind, and I even saw that there was one stream that he was on recently where I saw people talking about it online, like, why did he go on their stream? Why did he jump on their stream? Yada yada yada. I don't remember what the stream was called, but it was in the last month, I think, that he was on it. But like, no, this guy is not petty like that. He's not petty. This is not a guy who's going to pick and choose based on, the perception that some people have, when it's a matter of people who have come to him with genuine intent to help him do something good. So, for me, I think that, it's enough said there for me to leave it at that junction. I won't talk about it no more, because I don't care about other people's perception enough to give it any more time than I've given it at this point, in regards to how people feel about any of that. But I will go into these super chats. So we got a couple here that I need to catch up on. Jake Lacavetta. I hope I'm saying that right. Jake Lacavetta. $10 super chat. He says, been seeing you on Roxy's channel lately, so just wanted to come through and give you a like and subscribe. I'll watch this back in a little bit. Appreciate that, Jake. Appreciate that $10. Yeah, I have been on Roxy's little live streams lately. Roxy's all right. I like Roxy. I do. I like her. I did a little bit of that too when I was super chatting. She's cool. I like her. But yeah, she's doing her thing. Mr. J, $10 super chat. He says, Uche, everybody. Uche, get it, bro. Did I say that right? I guess I did.
Sorry.
But appreciate that $10. I see you got that Texas emblem there, or the state of Texas as your little icon. I am actually from Dallas, Texas, which it's crazy because in a normal year, had I known that Zach had had I known he was having the, well, we knew that he was doing it before it actually kind of happened, but I would have flew my ass down to Dallas and went straight up in that exhibit and took pictures of everything. I would have did video, pictures, everything, because those storyboards were amazing. But appreciate that, Mr. J, $10 there. I saw somebody asked earlier if we were going to have Fiona Shang on the live stream with Zach, and yes, she will absolutely be.
I am so looking forward to being on a stream with her. Like, God, man, thank God for that woman.
She's a little legend right now, ain't she? She's a little legend in the Snyderverse, in Twitterverse, in the social media world. She's a legend. That's awesome.
Think about it like this: one woman led to the defeat of Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah. Imagine
if I was her, man. You can just picture her sitting back, like just lighting up a cigar, bitch.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's crazy, right? Like, She was the spark that lit the fuse for the Snyder Cut.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, a lot of people know it, and a lot of people don't. And I mean, I'll be 100% honest. I had heard her name, but I didn't know who she was in relation to the Snyder Cut, like, because I had heard multiple times that this person or that person was like, these are the people who started Snyder Cut. But once I like actually was like put on game that she is the Snyder, released the Snyder Cut, I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But we're going to have her on, and it's going to be absolutely, you know, amazing. She's our guest of honor. I mean, it's going to be
one of them. We do literally have the director.
Yeah, the director is, but he's like, it's like he's the host. He's like the MC. You know what I mean? I'm hosting. He's the MC. She's like the guest of honor. But we've got a number of people who are going to be on. Film Gob is going to be on. Dave the Film Junkie is going to be in there as well. We're going to have, I talked to him yesterday. Dave the Film Junkie is going to be in. Haven't heard. He's going to get with me on Chris on Ping Pong Flicks. Chris Swanson. He's going to get with me and let me know what's going up with that. Yeah, we've got a number of people who are going to be on there. We're going to have Retweet Snyder Cut's going to be there. We have them down as a guest. You know, obviously we'll have Jeremy come in and say what's up from Geeks and Gamers, and I'm hoping to get Gary from Nerdrotic, and I'm also trying to get a couple more of our local community guys to jump in as well. Reached out to Tom from Midnight's Edge, so hopefully we'll get him in to come in and just, you know, be a part of the celebration, because this is going to be going on for it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night on the 17th. So on the link, it says right now that it's going to start at 9 p.m. Eastern, but actually we're going to move that up to 8 p.m. Eastern, because we're going to go from 8. We're likely going to go from 8 p.m. to midnight, or to midnight, so that it's a proper Snyder Cut Eve celebration there. So, you know, we're gonna be ready for that. But yeah, should be an amazing time. See another super chat here from Jade Shadow. Jade Shadow, what's up? She says, wow, ignore the Spurgs and focus on the cause. If we give them attention, they win. Hashtag us united. Thank you so much, Jade Shadow. You are absolutely correct in saying that. Mr. J has another one. Mr. J for $5. He says, love for my Dallas peeps, but I'm a H-Town brother. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I got to take a call.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. H-Town. H-Town, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of rivalries in Texas between cities. And Houston and Dallas, they got a healthy little rivalry, but it's all love. We're Texans. But okay, so this Darkseid teaser. Can anyone tell me, really, is this a spoilery teaser? Because I have not watched it yet. I have not seen it. I've only heard about it. But I would like to know whether we should do a reaction to it right now on the stream, or whether we should let that one lay, since it may be spoilery. Like, you guys let me know what y'all want to do in regards to that. I would like to do a quick reaction to it here on the stream, because I haven't seen it, and I had to fight a lot of my instincts to keep myself from looking it up on YouTube. But I've heard one person tweet to me saying that it's a little spoilery. I just don't know. I just don't know if I should. So I'm seeing a lot of people in here. Hit F in the chat if you think I should go ahead and do a quick reaction to the Darkseid teaser. Because I would like to, if it's not spoilery, I definitely would like to check that out. So let me know in the chat. Smash that F button. Okay, Enrique says that Zach and Ray Porter said it's not. Okay. Well, then we're going to do this. Let's do this. Let's take a look at this Darkseid teaser for the Snyder Cut. Let me pull this thing up real quick. Okay. Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted. All right. You know, one thing that's been stuck in my head like this entire day has been the Justice League theme. What was it? Wartime at the crew at War Power. That has literally been stuck in my head all day. That is like an epic theme for the Justice League. I love it. Junkie XL did his thing. Let's see here. Darkseid teaser. Okay. We got it right here. Let's go. All right. Oh shit. All right. Let me pull this thing up. So you guys can see it. You know what? Where's my full screen one? Do I have that one on here? Let's just do this one. All right. So let's do this. I'm going to do a live reaction to Darkseid's teaser. Woo! Let's do it. I'm hype. All right, let's do this.
I have turned 100,000
Hold on, I gotta turn that up. Hold on. Before I even get started, I gotta turn that up. We gotta turn that up. Let me turn this thing up a little bit there. All right. All right.
I have turned 100,000 worlds to dust.
Wait, why is it not loud? Let's try another one. Give me another one.
I have turned 100,000 worlds to dust.
Oh wow! Whoa! We got Nightmare Flash.
My glory. I will stride across their people.
Oh, start it over. Shit!
I have turned 100,000 worlds to dust. Looking for those who robbed me of my glory. I will stride across their bones. And all of existence shall be mine.
Oh, let's fucking go! Run it back! Yo! Whoa! I thought I just saw
I
something.
have turned 100,000 worlds to dust. Looking for those who robbed me of my glory. I will stride across their bones. And all of existence shall be mine.
Shit. Come on, man. Come on. And you know what? They got the Wonder Woman one in here too. Let's take a quick look at that.
Evil does not sleep. It waits.
Something is coming.
Back to the Dark Ages. I don't want his army. You know,
The world is broken.
this is the only way.
I watched your island burn.
Show him your fear!
Did I not turn the
They said
camera
the
off
age
that
of
whole
heroes
time?
would never come again. Don't engage alone. We do this together.
I'm back.
Ooh. Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Darkseid, bruh.
Yeah.
100,000
That Twitch trailer.
worlds to dust. Looking for those who robbed me of my glory.
Pretty lit, isn't it?
Stride across their bones. And all of existence shall be mine.
Golly. Hey.
Pretty fucking badass, isn't it?
Let's go. I mean, damn. Like, dude, Ray Porter's voice? Oh.
Menacing.
Holy shit. I mean, who thought that was a bad idea? That's what I keep coming back to. Who thought that was a bad idea?
My theory is they were like, they saw Joss Whedon's and they're like, what the fuck is that? And then they got given all these glue sticks to sniff. And then what they actually saw was the Snyder stuff.
Dude, it don't make no sense to me how you can look at that and think, no. This is unwatchable. I don't believe that shit. Look, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I have not asked him if I can go into detail about any of this stuff. But I mean, I had a lengthy conversation with Zach about just the concepts that he was going after. That when they were coming up with this universe, there was an analogy that he used when I talked to him that said it perfectly as far as I'm concerned. And that was, what he was trying to get these motherfuckers at Warner Brothers to understand is that this shit is Lord of the Rings, not a Saturday night sitcom. Like, this is Lord of the Rings level shit we're trying to do here. Like, this is not, look, there can be like moments of levity, but Lord of the Rings ain't got too much comedy in it, does it? But a lot of people loved it. Lord of the Rings, every one of them damn movies was 3 hours plus. A lot of people loved it. The MCU shit, to me, man, and look, they did what they did, and they did it well. They did it
I fully agree,
in a way that works for them, and they did it fucking well. Fine. That's not what DC is. And the simple fact that they kept trying to chase that bullshit, it pisses me off because we got robbed of a truly great, and look, there's always going to be people who have different views on whether they like it or not. That's just the way it is. But if you tell me you're going after Lord of the Rings style, like Lord of the Rings level kind of saga, I'm going to be like, okay, if that's what you're going for, then you're swinging for the fences, swing away. Because that's that's a standard. The Lord of the Rings trilogy set a standard for what epic should look like. And, if you can tell me that all of what we see with the Snyder Cut, what we saw with BVS, Ultimate Edition, and Man of Steel doesn't live up to that, then, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. It's literally like in the microcosm of it, he said these guys were so concerned about what Rotten Tomatoes was saying and about what, who's that Mendelsohn fuckboy was saying that they lost sight of the forest through the trees. Like, you're not, what do you think? This is a 5-movie arc. This is Lord of the Rings. This is not a fucking 4-season, 50 episode comedy fucking sitcom. This ain't Seinfeld. Like, they wanted Seinfeld. They wanted Marvel's light, family friendly,
They saw the
quips.
money. They saw the money. The Marvel movie.
They said, "Oh, that's making money.
We want that."
Okay, well, look what happened. Y'all fucked yourself out of a lot of money.
And the funny thing is, if you compare the first 3 MCU movies to the first 3 DCEU movies, DCEU actually beat them.
Yeah. Like, look, the MCU got big.
Yeah.
It got big as it got into, like, Iron Man 3, and then boom, boom. Because Iron Man 2 was hot. I mean, both of them were terrible. But Iron Man 2 was a big disappointment following up Iron Man. And by the time they got to Iron Man 3, they already had different properties where they were putting out movies. So, they were they stumbled out the gates after Iron Man. Like, they did. Like, Thor, I didn't think Thor was, I thought Thor felt like the first Thor movie, to me, felt like a made-for-TV movie. It was like an hour and 30 minutes. It felt like a made-for-TV movie. Hour 30, hour 40-minute movie. And it was like, it started and then it was over with. Like, and it didn't feel like, I mean, there was the climb, like, the third act was, to me, it was like subpar. It was just a big metal, I don't know what the fuck they call that thing, just fire and fire on everything, and that's it. And
Never seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it was not like it wasn't a real blockbuster. It was a spinoff. That's what it felt like. It just felt like a spinoff movie. Thor 2, absolute garbage. My God. I didn't even watch Thor 2. I just knew after I seen a couple of takes on it, and I was like, all right, I'm good. But the problem that I see, and this is where, and every time I argue with people about DCEU and Marvel, people who are fans of Marvel, which I have no problem with people who are fans of Marvel, but people who are fans of Marvel tend to talk about the money that they made and to talk about they tend to bring up the points of the good movies that the MCU had, which I don't, I honestly thought Infinity War was the best movie that they had of the entire like Marvel catalog. Infinity War.
All the ones I've seen, I'd say Winter Soldier personally.
See, I didn't think I couldn't get into Winter Soldier. I couldn't get into it.
Oh.
I fell asleep in Civil War. I fell asleep.
My friend did, dude. We have a hell funny story. We went to go see Civil War in the cinema because we're like, all these characters fighting and all that shit. The cinema was packed, and we went and sat. We're like, we pulled a cheeky. We had shit seats, so we went and sat in the disabled seats.
Awesome.
And my friend fell asleep, and he's a snorer, like a loud fucking snorer. So you just hear like this huge snoring noises coming from the disabled seats, and everyone's looking at us going, there's fucking nothing wrong with those two. Like,
they're just sitting in there.
And I wake him up. He's like, oh. And he looked at the screen and he's like, are they still in that room? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay, back to sleep.
Like, I fell asleep in Civil War. I mean, I liked Iron Man. First Iron Man, I
really like that.
Yeah, I really liked the first Iron Man. I thought the second Iron Man was terrible. I watched all 3 of them. I thought that, out of 3 movies, they only got one that was actually good. The third, oh my God, the third Iron Man, that plot twist, I was like, yeah, I'm leaving. It's like, all right, I'm out. Because it was just, no. But, and when I watched Civil War, one of the things that just literally took me out of the movie repeatedly was that it was just constantly jokes. Every paragraph, every paragraph, there was another joke, another smart, quippy remark. And I was just like, what? Is there even any stakes? Is there even any real, is anything really on the line for these heroes? They meet at an airport and they have a fist fight, and that's it. Nobody gets arrested.
Yeah.
Nobody gets hurt. Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a movie like that.
We always called that movie Squad Beef. So that sure as fuck wasn't a civil war. That
You know
was
what I mean?
just a
That might as well have been Twitter beef. The way that they was fighting. I mean, look, you know, people can say, you know, what's her name? Black Widow?
She was dope in that.
Man, look. Yes, she was dope in that. Scarlett Johansson? She a bad bitch. She a bad bitch. But she only has one move.
Put her legs around you and do that spin.
Boom! You already know. I didn't have to say it. She only does one thing. One thing. In every movie she's in. It's Black Widow. I'm like, aren't you like a secret agent? Shouldn't you like have many different fighting styles? You know. And look, Marvel, again, that was their style, that was their way. DC was there was never any intention to ever go that way with DC with Zack Snyder. There was no intention to do that.
It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have.
Exactly.
Because,
there should have never been.
Then I'm just watching the same
intention
shit. Like I watched two different franchises for two different experiences. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
At the moment, I'm going.
How good? Like it would, if both of these universes operated the same way, it would be absolutely horrible. It would be horrible.
It'd just be boring.
We're just watching the same things.
Yeah. You know, you're watching two different things for two different experiences, and that's a good thing. It's like a video game. Like, I don't want two fucking video games to be doing the same thing in two different franchises because I'll just
copying off each other and just trying to be the same kind of tone. Like the tone situation for me with the DCEU was so overblown, and that to me always fell on the critic media because they were the ones who set the tone, and Rotten Tomatoes, and they went and they trounced BVS on and honestly, trouncing BVS, the theatrical cut, I don't have too much of a problem with because it was so disgusting what they what they did to pull 30 minutes out of the movie that literally held
pretty important 30 minutes.
Held two story arcs that it buttoned up two story arcs that you just completely pulled out of the movie. Like if you watch these two movies in comparison, Ultimate Edition, and this to me goes out to more to people who didn't like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor in the Ultimate Edition, you see his descent into villainy. You see his descent into actual madness and villainy, and it's like kind of scary when he's standing on top of the helicopter pad and he's on the phone and watching the sunset, getting ready to watch his plan unfold. Like, his face is stone cold. You can tell because he's now learned all this stuff from the Genesis Chamber, from the AI. It's taught him all these things about the universe that have made him infinitely more dangerous because now he's connected with Darkseid, with Darkseid and with Apocalypse, with Steppenwolf.
It also made what he says to Batman at the end of the movie actually make sense. When he says to Batman, he's like, "Bell's been rung. It's too fucking late."
He said the bell's been rung.
Yeah, it actually makes sense then.
Yeah, in that moment in the movie, you would look at that and be like, "What is he talking about?" But watching the whole thing play out, and again, the theatrical cut, they actually moved the scenes where Luthor went into the scout ship. They moved that into a different part of the movie that it wasn't supposed to be in. He got all of this information very early on in the movie. Like, he got that information early on. They moved it out of the first act of the movie, and it just kind of came out of nowhere that he's now using the Kryptonian technology like late in the movie instead of using it early as part of his plan. Like, Doomsday was a backup plan. Doomsday was not his original plan. His plan was to get Batman to kill Superman. because
hence the bombings and all that shit.
Exactly. He tried to smear Superman's image first. He went from smear his image to give him an enemy that's capable of defeating him in Batman. And you know,
and he also wanted to give Superman the opportunity to make him look like an asshole. That's why he says, "Well, kill Batman, or I'm going to kill your mum." And then if he kills Batman, who's like been Batman for 20 years, and then all the newspapers start putting Superman has fucking killed Batman, everyone's going to look at Superman and go, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, his entire goal was to pull the aura of perfection away from Superman because he was looked at as a god. And he says it like throughout the entire movie. He makes these little statements about God. And he's saying that in his inference is God and Superman are synonymous to him because they have power over. They have a kind of power that he cannot ever have or compete with.
Yep.
So his goal is to like he said, put holes in the holy, to let people see that if I really put you in a compromising position, you are no better. You'll show that you're no God, that you are just as selfish and as potentially evil as any one of us. Just because and he also wants to control God. He wants to have power over God. And that's when he says, and now God bows to my will. Like that was his defeating Superman without ever throwing a blow. And that's brilliant.
That's always been the Lex Luthor thing. It's like, it's always funny. It's like, well, Superman can do all the things that he can do, and yet his arch nemesis is just a dude that's really fucking smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, and it's the same way with the Joker. The Joker is such a compelling enemy, such a hard enemy for Batman to face because he actually understands. Joker understands that beating Batman is making Batman challenge his own, making him doubt his own ideologies, making him doubt his own perspective, and making him doubt whether what he's doing is actually helping.
Throwing out the hard questions and putting him in a position where he's like, well, what are you going to do, Bats? What are you going to do? You're not that much different from me, are you?
Yeah, and that's what Luthor was doing to Superman throughout the movie. He was making him doubt whether what he was doing was actually helping society. And he was staging it to put as much pressure on Superman from the public because, you know, they're going, you know, throughout the movie, you see they expect more and more out of Superman. They expect him to be able to literally do anything and do everything.
Yeah, he's like half the planet is looking at him going, this is the answer to all the world's problems. And Luthor's like, nah, this is more problems.
Yeah. Well, Luthor says, if I can't control it, if I can't control that power, then that power is a threat. So I need to take out the threat. And, you know, you looked at the storyboards for Justice League 2, Justice League 2A or 3, that entire, like that level of villainy that you saw him kind of descend into in BVS came to full fruition in Justice League and then Justice League 2. He's now, he's now, really in the grand scheme of things, if you've looked at the storyboards, he has the power in Justice League 2 and Justice League 3. Lex Luthor he's the one who finds the anti-life equation. He's the one who connects it. He's the one who figures out the anti-life equation. And
he's also kind of right in his mentality in a weird, twisted way. He's actually right because look at what Superman ends up becoming in the Nightmare.
I mean, Flash said it to him coming back in time.
You were always right, Bruce. You were right.
You were right to fear him. Find us. That's what ultimately confirmed in Bruce Wayne's head. He's got to go. Yeah. He's got to go. So all these things that Zack all of these layers that he put in the movie that were going to be fleshed out over the next couple of movies that people thought was stupid. Doesn't make sense. It's confused. No, you just weren't thinking the long game like he was. He was thinking the long game. One story is not, contained within itself when you're trying to create a saga. Lord of the Rings,
like
the first Lord of the Rings movie ended with these motherfuckers getting on a boat and just rowing off somewhere. Like, I thought there was another hour of the movie left. And I'm like, oh, it's over? But, as that saga played out, everything came together. And it was so, the last Lord of the Rings, like Return of the King, dude, I was sitting in that mud like, yeah! Like, Gandalf! Like, this shit was the best. Because the story came together. You don't read a
book. You don't read half a book and then complain that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you've still got half the fucking book to go. All the questions, they get sorted out later. It's almost like telling a story.
No, you're right, dude. We got another super chat here from RC from NYC for $5. RC, what's up, man? Thank you. He says, Thanos, I am the most powerful Titan. Darkseid, hold my throne. I like it, dude. I like it, man.
His voice, man.
His voice, yo. His voice. I mean, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this. Can't wait for this. But you know what? Let's check in real quick again on our fundraiser for raising awareness for suicide prevention. Let's check in real quick and let's see where we're at. There. We are still at 10,000, which again, 10,000 is absolutely amazing. Please don't get it twisted. This is unbelievable what's going on right here. And I thank all of you for that. Everybody who's donated, everybody who's supporting the stream, everybody who is supporting the Snyder Cut. I appreciate it very much. So basically what we're going to do here is, because at this point, taking a look at the we've taken a look at the Darkseid teaser. We've taken a look at some of the auction items. So what we're going to do here, we're going to start to round this up in the next few minutes. But first, let's just do a quick look into this. Article. We didn't go through it. I know we talked about it, but I did want to kind of run through this article real quick.
I can't see it on my end.
Yeah. You'll have to just jump on the regular on your Chrome to look at it. But the Hollywood Reporter. This is when they broke the whole situation for HBO Max getting screwing up or screwing over the Snyder Cut. But it says Justice League surprises some HBO Max subscribers with accidental debut. Anticipated 4-hour cut from director Zack Snyder plays for some users who attempt to access Tom and Jerry. Fans have been waiting years for its arrival, and on Monday, Zack Snyder's Justice League came 10 days early for some HBO Max subscribers. For reasons unknown, when some users attempted to play Tom and Jerry, the new CGI live-action hybrid film from director Tim Story, the upcoming Justice League cut played instead. The anticipated 4-hour film from Zack Snyder is not due out until March 18th. And here is a statement, I guess, from, who is this from? The streaming service from HBO Max. Zack Snyder's Justice League was temporarily available on HBO Max, and the error was addressed within minutes. Like, that's not a very, the streaming service said in a statement. Man, you know what? It's just like you said, Lethal, like, how does that happen? Like, these are two different movies, one, but they're also vastly different sizes, I'm sure, in terms of, like, actual data to upload. Like, it would actually take a moment for Snyder Cut to upload to the streaming service to be used, right?
Mm-hmm.
nobody
not
took
a
a
fucking
look
mistake.
and was like, wait, that says Justice League, and it's also like, why this like Tom and Jerry's an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 40-minute movie, but this is a 4-hour movie. There's going to be a distinct difference between the uploading and the and just the ability to share that into the streaming servers. Like you there's no way you couldn't know that you weren't at least that you weren't uploading the right movie. You may not have known it was Justice League, but you definitely would be like, yo, this is taking way too long, or it's just this is a much bigger file than maybe expected.
Was it not tested after? Like, do they not upload like
a test run to make sure it streams right?
When you upload a YouTube video, you can put it as unlisted, which means only you can see it on your back end. So I can look at it and go, oh, I've made a mistake here, blah, 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 blah. You know, what? How the fuck did no one go, all right, let's just make sure that Tom and Jerry's actually playing, okay? Let's make sure the kiddies have got their movie all set up. And someone clicks play and goes, yeah, we've done the wrong movie by accident. Oh, shit. Haha, that's kind of funny. Take it down, re-upload, you know, have a laugh about it. There's no way this was a mistake. There's so many things that just don't add up.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. Because, you know, it's just, even if you messed up and accidentally uploaded Justice League into the server, because, you know, I mean, again, this is not, I'm sure because of how big this release is, they probably are like, you would think that they would have already had these different safeguards in place to separate the actual, you know, from until like within like what 24 hours of the movie being ready to go live. They probably would keep it off of the server completely, like keep it completely disconnected from anything that's running in you know, the internet, that's connected to the web, just because of these kind of situations. Like, you don't want to take any chances with this, especially, you know, knowing that it's going to be such a huge release for them. But it says here, Justice League era first came to light when Doug Bass of Charlotte, North Carolina, noted it on Twitter. Bass told the Hollywood Reporter he attempted to watch Tom and Jerry, but instead was able to access 1 hour of Justice League before it was cut off. When Bass tried to restart the film, Tom and Jerry played instead, suggesting that users were able to cache a certain amount of the film in the window. It was available. Several other users have noted this error, and THR was able to access Justice League. Whoa, and they were able to access Justice League via HBO Max. What the fuck?
This wasn't a mistake.
So they were actually able to pull it up. See, that's some bullshit. That means, yeah, it couldn't have been a mistake. It couldn't have been a mistake. Because they found out on Twitter, then they reached out to the people who put it on Twitter to verify that, you know, that's what happened. And several other users noted it. And then they got on and they still could watch it. So they said minutes, but clearly it wasn't minutes. That thing had to have been up, like, you know, I don't know if it was early in the morning thing, but that thing might have been up for a few hours. Like, might have been. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying this sound like, in the way that they're kind of saying this timeline plays out, it might have been at least an hour that it was up.
Well, from what I've seen, most people are saying it was about an hour.
Yeah. So at least an hour, which is, I mean, come on, dude. That's enough time to rip it. That's enough time to rip it right off of there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have when THR?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say I don't know how HBO Max works because we don't have it over here. I'm watching it through Binge. But does HBO Max have like a download option?
I'll show you HBO Max.
I can't see it. Remember?
Oh yeah, well just look on your Chrome.
But I mean, like, if it had, like, because you know how like on Netflix, there's a download.
See, because I went over and I obviously I heard about it hours later, so I got on my HBO Max and I tried to watch it, but it showed Tom and Jerry. It showed, you know, which I was glad because I was like, if it's still not right, but I mean, you see what I've been watching over here. I've been watching BVS Ultimate Edition and Boardwalk Empire.
Bro, I love Boardwalk Empire. Great show.
But, you know, it was up for a while. So, you know, the Hollywood Reporter says they attempted to play Tom and Jerry first. An error message appeared, and then Snyder's Justice League cut began. When pausing the film, it says you're watching Tom and Jerry. I mean, come on, man. This is fucking ridiculous. Zack Snyder's Justice League, one of the most anticipated HBO Max titles of the year. Its journey to the screen has been an object of fascination among fans, with the project taking on mythic status in the years since Snyder left the film after a family tragedy, only to return to complete his vision more than 3 years after a theatrical cut did not oversee hit theaters. He did not oversee hit theaters. Snyder shot several new minutes for his cut. Blah blah blah. We know all this stuff. For bass, seeing a bit of Justice League was a nice surprise on a Monday afternoon. I just wanted to put on Tom and Jerry for background noise while I worked, and instead I watched an hour of an amazing movie, says Bass. Well, definitely, I mean, hey, he's giving us a little bit of an early, he saw an hour of it, right? So he says he watched an hour of an amazing movie. Who knows if he was even a big Snyder Cut or Snyder fan, before this, but, hey, he gave us a little preview of what he thought of it. So, that's cool to at least know. But I think it's good time to wrap this thing up here. Lethal, tell them where they can find you, man. Anything, plug your channel.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, I obviously will be on the stream with Uche on the Snyder stream, so really hope to see you over there. 10K already raised. That's absolutely amazing. I also have my own personal channel, part of the Geeks and Games team as well. I may be going live later tonight, Australian time, maybe if things work out. Have a bit of a rant on some of this stuff as well, and just shoot the shit with some of you. So subscribe. I'll get my link.
Yeah.
And thanks for having me, Uche.
Oh man, no problem. It's nothing, man. You're here with me. You're part of this. So, no, I appreciate you. And please, if you can, mods, put Lethal's link in the chat so that people can go and check out his channel, subscribe to his channel. He's been doing some videos on on the Snyder Cut and Snyderverse. Since all of the hype train has started with this HBO Max premiere, going back like 2-3 months, just as far as like the new wave of videos that have started coming out talking about stuff. He's been all over that. So show Lethal some support, show him some love. You guys, obviously, I appreciate everybody for being in here on the stream. We'll probably go again. I'll probably go again here once I get a couple. We have a couple of more auction items that are going to be coming through here in the next few days that I'm going to be able to talk about. And once I'm able to confirm that stuff, then I'll jump on another stream to give you guys a look at any other things that are going to be in part of the auction. But with all that being said, really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate everyone being here on the stream. Release the Snyder Cut, restore the Snyderverse, and Snyder Cut for that ass. We gonna be there March 18th for the worldwide Snyder Cut worldwide release. And I can't wait to do a watch along stream. It's going to be 4 hours and I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up to take a piss. I'm watching the whole thing. And then I'm going to watch it again. Fuck yeah. Boost those numbers, baby. You already know. So get ready, because when that comes, hey, we're going to live. I'm going to live stream it and I'm going to watch. We're going to do a watch along. So be ready for that. Be ready for that. But with all that being said, appreciate you guys. We are going to get out of here. We will see you guys on the next stream. Make sure you guys stay safe out there. Love y'all. And we'll talk to y'all soon.